Hello, welcome to Life Enrichment with Hank Ballinger. Today I want to talk about how you get started to accomplish your goals. Well, first of all, we need to find out what our goals are. Everybody in life should have goals. If you don't have goals, find out what you want to accomplish, find out what you want to do, and then set out to achieve those goals. Interestingly, we all have 168 hours in a week. Have you ever wondered how Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon, or Bill Gates, how these guys accomplished what they have accomplished and become multi-billionaires when they have the same amount of hours in a week that you and I do? But they've done that. So first of all, we all have a limited amount of time. So we have to utilize that time to the best of our ability. So first of all, we've got to realize how precious time is and utilize it. Now, when you decide to go on a trip, maybe you're going, I live in Kentucky, so maybe I decide to go on a trip from Kentucky maybe to Florida. Well, that's pretty easy for me. I live about 3 miles from I-75. So I get on I-75, I go south until I get to Florida. Pretty easy. But when I go on that trip, I'm concerned about 2 points: where I'm at and where I'm going. And that's it. The rest of the United States really doesn't matter. The rest of the world really doesn't matter. What matters is that I get from point A, where I'm at, to point B, where I want to go. And it's the same with life. In life, you, me, everybody has to figure out, where am I at and where do I want to go? Where am I at as far as goals in life, and what do I want to achieve? And how do I get from point A, where I'm at, to point B, where I want to go, or what do I want to achieve? How do you do that? Well, first of all, we need to make attainable goals. Now, if I were to decide I wanted to beat LeBron James, I really believe I could beat LeBron James, but not in basketball. I could never beat LeBron James in basketball. But if I got to pick the sport, if I got to pick the game, and I could tie up his hands and his feet and blindfold him, I believe there are several sports I could probably win. But I have to set attainable goals. No matter what those goals are in life, we have to set attainable goals. I am not going to become a billionaire overnight. So if we set a goal and say, I want to become a billionaire by lunch today, if we're broke, there's no way that's an attainable goal. So we set attainable goals, first of all. Secondly, we need to set goals that fit who we are. If I drive a truck, or if I work in a factory and I cut a lot of wood for fires, and I go four-wheeling a lot, I am probably not the guy that's going to make cakes for a living. Maybe you do, and if you do, that's great. But odds are. So for me, let me give you a little bit of my story. I grew up in Jackson County, which is in Kentucky, very rural, very Appalachian area. But for me, I grew up and my dad could fix anything. So growing up with him, we would go out with him and we would fix, he would do electrical work, plumbing, work on furnaces. We would dig ditches. We would do whatever he needed to do, and we would go help him. So as I got older, I took some of those skills and I said, I want to get into apartments. So I got into buying real estate, apartments, and I now have over 500 units. But when I started with an 8 unit, and I did almost all of the work myself. Now, the stuff that you can do, maybe like fixing a doorknob, laying flooring, fixing a light bulb, that kind of stuff, do yourself. Stuff that you need to hire a professional, electric, plumbing, stuff like that, hire a professional. Don't try to do something that's over your head, but still try to do things that fits who you are. Set goals that fit who you are. Now, have you ever had an idea? Maybe you had a great idea and you never acted on it, but you knew this idea would be a great idea. And about a year later, you see that same idea on TV. What's the difference? Why did somebody else get that idea on TV? They acted upon it. They had the same idea you did, but they acted upon it. Now, that could have been you. That could have been you. So the fact of the matter is, and I've done the same thing. I've had ideas later on, seen them on TV or on some of these infomercials and think, well, I had that same idea about a year or two ago, but I didn't do anything. Somebody else did, and they had it on TV. So first of all, how do we get started? We have to be motivated. So first thing, we have to motivate ourselves. Secondly, we have to get started. Now, it's not always easy to get started. Now, let's say you had an idea, and let's say you wanted to get that idea out on the market within, let's say, a fair goal, maybe 2 to 5 years. But this idea requires maybe some research and development. Some people call it R&D. Can you do all the research and development? Maybe, maybe not. If not, you may have to get somebody to help you with that. Maybe this idea requires other assistance. Maybe you can get some friends to help you work on this idea. Maybe this idea requires a professional. Maybe you want to write a book. Well, you may need a publicist or someone just to proofread it. So whatever your idea is, you may need to get external help to help you in that idea. Now, even though you could get these people, maybe you could get somebody to help you do the research and development. Maybe you could get somebody a friend or something to help you. Maybe you could get a professional to help you. But an interesting thought about all of these things is they generally cost money. So as you're working on an idea, you need to realize you may have to find someone that's got money. Now, I argue with people every now and then that the cell phone, could be one of the greatest inventions of all time. Do you realize there are people that have taken this and set in their own home and become millionaires, multimillionaires, even billionaires just by using the cell phone? So the fact of the matter is, a few guys started years ago on computers, Steve Jobs and Wozniak. They started out and then they come up with a few things, iPhone, iPad, but they are responsible, some of the ones responsible for bringing this to us because they had an idea and they acted upon it. So take this and use it for your idea. A lot of opportunities with that cell phone. Now, another thing you can do with a cell phone is you can find money lenders. Now, in what I do for a living, I generally buy and sell real estate. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of what's called hard money lenders in the state of Kentucky. Now, if you were to pick the whole United States, there would be thousands upon thousands of money lenders. So for any idea, there may be money lenders. So there's money out there, but you've got to get it. You've got to chase it. You've got to figure out how to get it. Maybe you get it from a friend. be cautious. Sometimes that friendship, after you don't pay it back, or even if you do pay it back and they think, well, I wasn't just giving you money, I was becoming a partner, and you was thinking, well, no, you're not a partner, you're just lending me money. Sometimes there needs to be a contract. Well, every time there needs to be a contract if money is involved, so that everybody knows exactly what's going on. Now, first thing is you got to take action. Second thing, you have got to be motivated. Now, I can't motivate you, but I can tell you some things that should motivate you. So, what are some things that should motivate you? Well, one is you could get your idea out to the world and it may help the world. It may help thousands, maybe millions, maybe billions of people. Another idea that may motivate you is the fact that you may make millions or billions of dollars from that idea. So that should be motivation enough. But you've got to get the idea out and you have got to be motivated. So how do you get motivated? Some people are self-motivated. They can push themselves. Some people need to be externally motivated. They need others to motivate them. So for me, I've gone to hundreds of seminars. I've listened to CDs. I listened to tapes. Now, let me throw out a few names. Years ago, there was a fellow by the name of Earl Nightingale, great motivational speaker. You can pull his information and his information up on your cell phone. Earl Nightingale. Another fellow by the name of Zig Ziglar, great motivational speaker. Watch his stuff. It's great. Another guy that's around today and just serving the world by teaching people how to be motivated and accomplishing their goals is Tony Robbins. Now, something else you could do is you could take your cell phone and you could type in motivational speakers and you will literally get thousands of people. Find some that you like. Find those people. Become motivated in and of yourself by whether it's internally or externally. Become motivated. Set your goals, whatever those goals are. I don't know what your goals are, but set those goals, and as long as they're ethical goals, and you need to write those goals down. Write them down. If you don't write them down, you don't have them. It's important that you write goals down, extremely important, and that you pursue them. Get going. Get motivated and accomplish those goals. Now remember, as we've said before, in setting goals, always put God first as your first goal. Now, if there's something that we can do to help you, if you'd like to write in, we would love to help you to achieve your goals. Here at Life Enrichment, that is our goal, is to help you achieve your goals. Thank you.